So today what I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about is eyebrows. And so the difference in eyebrows, we have Instagram eyebrows, which are usually like super carved, extra snatched, you know, fierce brows. And then we have what is happening in the rest of the world, which are beauty-driven eyebrows, like the things that you see in magazines. The way that most women wear their brows is more beauty-driven, and so I want to be able to show you the difference in the two, just so you guys can pick and choose and have options as to how you can achieve these looks. So we'll start off with beauty-driven eyebrows. We're gonna start off with our Urban Decay brow beater, and this color comes in dark. This one I really appreciate because it's a soft wax, so it allows me to manipulate and create the illusion of hair. There's a lot of other brands out there. Mostly everyone already has a brow pencil. So I know MAC has one, obviously Anastasia, and NYX if you're a little bit more on the budgeted side. ColourPop, everyone has one. So pick and choose whichever one you prefer. I prefer this one. So let's go ahead and get started. First step that I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the eyebrow to see more or less like what we have going on. I have really full and large eyebrows, so I don't have to work as hard in recreating a brow, but you know, some people do. Also, I don't want to make my brow too dark because then it starts to look a little crazy, but hey, it's a matter of preference. So now that I see what the brow looks like, I have a little bit of sparseness. I'm actually going to comb the brow down. And this allows me to look into the brow to see where I need additional product. So twist up my pencil. We're gonna go ahead and start. And I'm identifying, so brows typically start at this point, the center of the face. So at this point, your arch would be in the middle of the eye. So that's the highest point. And then the end of the brow would be measured at this point. So I know that I've seen some people like to kind of create their own brow to here, whatever you want. But if you need it to be, you know, live your life, whatever you want to do, I would say, you know, that those are your kind of markers. Like that's kind of your safe space. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of preference. So do you? Now we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I like more of a square brow. So I like my brow to be a little bit stronger and more straight. So now that I've combed everything down, I'm gonna go ahead and start by drawing my line. So now that I've drawn in my line, I'm just gonna lightly fill this in. Again, I already have a full brow. And I'm gonna just create an emphasis on the end here by just slightly overdrawing. Bringing that down. Now I'm gonna comb everything up. So as I'm combing everything up, you can already see a difference. And then I'm just going to identify my line down here. And I'm just gonna slowly, I like the brow at the beginning to be a little bit more natural, so I'm gonna end up using a lot less product. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna feather, so I'm gonna use the upward motion to go ahead and fill in the brow. And then the way that my brows were done, I like this to be a little bit more rounded, so I'm just gonna round out this edge. And as you can see, I'm gonna connect the two together. And here I want a little bit more product. And then when you use your spoolie, which is this part right here, it allows you to break up the product. So here I'm just gonna use a flick because I still want the brows to look natural. Remember, we're going for beauty. So here, comb these up and over, and then I can use a brow gel to hold everything in place. Alright guys, so now to just bring everything full circle, you can go ahead and use your brow gel. This one is by Urban, and this is their brow tamer. This one's in the color warm brown. You can do warm brown, you can do clear, whatever you like. This one's gonna deposit a little bit more color. So just gonna use a little bit of that to kind of comb it through. And brow gels are really fantastic because they are like hairspray for the brows. So if your brows are a little unruly, or if you had somebody, or if you're someone that really struggles with brows, brow gel or tinted brow gels are really great because it allows you to just, you know, create the body and the fullness without having to really struggle to get it precise. So you can do that. And now, that pretty much sums up our beauty-driven brow. Now on this side, I'm gonna go do more of a Instagram snatched eyebrow. So a couple of things that you're gonna need. You can use your brow pencil. I'm gonna use the powder, and you're also gonna need a brow brush. So there's two different ones. The slightly longer one, this one's for eyeliner. Some people prefer that, and then the shorter, firmer one is what people also prefer for brows. So pick and choose whatever you like, whatever you're comfortable with, and let's go ahead and get started. Oh, the other thing that you're gonna need is concealer, because this is notorious, like Instagram's notorious for this. So concealer, it can be like one shade lighter, but because I was in Arizona, I'm a lot darker. This is gonna be like 2 to 3 shades lighter for the brow. And so the idea is that you mirror the natural highlight, but on Instagram, some of our friends and colleagues actually exaggerate that. So that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First step is I'm gonna comb the brows down. Allows me to see into the brow. And here you have creative freedom to make the brow as full or as shallow as you would like, but this is Instagram. You know, there's no such thing as like not enough or too much. So I'm gonna draw my line. As I paint, then here my brow slightly dips in, but I want to create this fullness. So I'm gonna overdraw my brow. Okay, as you guys can see. So now I'm going to comb everything up. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw the bottom, and I'm going to make the bottom a little bit more concrete, so harder, harder looking. And so I'm drawing my line. And right now this is what you're seeing, the youth, and you know, where we're at with the world is we're in the age of excess. So, you know, big is not big enough, longer hair is not long enough. I mean, when I was growing up, the most you can do was like 18 inches. That was in the 90s, and now it's like 22 is normal, and then you have like 32 inches, which I'm like, wow, all right, like, I mean, that's what we're doing today. So that's where we're at in the world. So it's the age of excess, you know, and lashes. When I first started in the industry, they were smaller, kind of like your Ardell Wispy was your more dramatic, and now it's like drag queen lashes are normal. So we're gonna do it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the brow with an angle brush, and I'm gonna mix the two colors together. And I'm gonna create more of an emphasis on a sharper line here. This is the part, like some people like to use pomades. Other people like to use powder. I'm using powder. So I'm gonna round out the brow here. And meanwhile, like, I don't have any foundation on or anything of the sort on my skin. Feel free to use fingers. It's not gonna matter how big or how small the brow is, because most people will come in with concealer and just fine tune that shape. So here we go. Again, I'm just filling in the brow using an upward motion. And I like the brow on this end to be a little bit more rounded. So we're at a good place. And now we're gonna come in for the Snatch. And we're gonna use our concealer. And so again, this is the Complete Coverage Concealer by Urban. It's matte, it's crease proof, waterproof, so I know it's summertime outside. This color is in medium, so it's hella light. But we're just gonna go with it, because that's, you know, the way of Instagram. Why not? And so you wanna use a flat brush. I'm gonna use, this one's a dome shaped flat brush. Some people like to use like a really little brush for detailing. Whatever you prefer, go for it. So here we go. Now the idea is that we would fine tune the brow, and so you're carving the brow. And this technique is something that makeup artists have been doing it for the last 10-15 years. Like, now the world has just caught on. That's okay. That's kind of how this happens. And if you had a brow where you didn't get it tweezed, or you have hair growth coming in, you can use concealer in the exact same tone or one shade lighter to just block the hair. But we're not doing that today. We're just gonna bring down our concealer. And then I'm gonna use a blending brush to just go ahead. So this is our blending brush. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this entire edge here. And I'm gonna bring this down. So that's one part of it. Now I'm gonna do the top. So I don't like the brows that look like they have a halo. So you can use foundation at this point, but for the sake of this, no, we're gonna use foundation. We're gonna use foundation. You can pick any of your favorite foundations. I'm trying to think, what can I use? I'm gonna use Naked Skin. I mean, whatever foundation you want, doesn't matter at this point. So in regards to foundation, I'm gonna clean off my excess. So here we go, we're gonna just grab, to make it more natural looking and you don't have that high beam on top, you wanna just come in and then here, I'm gonna round out the edge. Bring these two together, and you want to pull up your foundation so that it blends in with the rest of the skin. And so here we go, buff out the edge. So now, as you can see, we ended up using a lot more product to achieve our Instagram eyebrow, and we ended up using 2 products to create our beauty driven brow, and you can see a difference in the 2. This one looks a lot softer, more natural, just a little bit fuller. This guy looks a lot more painted on, slightly artificial. I mean, if I wanted to, I can make it black so it really coordinates with my hair. You can make it any color. Feel free. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about product or like technique, please let us know. I would love to go ahead and answer those questions. So hope to see you soon. Bye.